Okay, now we're on to the last layer. And this is where it gets tricky. First, we're going to have to create a cross where yellow is all on top, not caring what the color of edge on the side is. And then we're going to fix the color of edges on the side to make sure that they're all correct. Then we're going to move all these corners around until they're in the right place, even if they're not rotated correctly. I'll get into that when we get there. And then we're going to have to rotate them until the cube is finished. So there's three cases that you can, or there's four cases you can have with the state of the edges on the top. This is one state where you have this little L, and the way you solve this is you this algorithm: front, up, right, up inverted, right inverted, front inverted, and that'll get you this cross. Okay, the next possibility is that you have this line. So you make sure that the line is horizontal, and you do this algorithm. It's very similar to the last one. You have to make sure you keep these, make sure these aren't confused. So you go front, right, up, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted. And that will give you the cross as well. The third case is where you have it all solved, and obviously you don't really have to do anything here. And the fourth case is where you have nothing solved. And so this is the longest one to fix. It's basically just two of the algorithms we learned before. So you do either the V pattern or the line pattern. So let's just do the line pattern. Front, right, up, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, and you'll notice you'll have a V. It's because it does the V pattern flips these two, but it also kind of mixes the edges around, and the line pattern flips these two and mixes these around. So don't expect to see the same pattern that you would start with when you have none of them solved. So now that we have this V pattern, we're gonna do the V pattern, which is basically what we did before. So right or front, up, right, up inverted, right inverted, front inverted. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is pair up these edges with the correct centers. So the red one's already paired, but what we need to look for is two adjacent edges that are correctly positioned. And just so happens that we have orange and blue correct, which means that these are switched. And we have an algorithm here as well. So you put the two, or you put the two edges that are solved as the right face and the back face. So once you've done that, then you do this algorithm: right, up, right inverted, up, right, U2, right inverted, and then up, which doesn't really matter because you can do that by your own logic. But once you do that, then you have all of these edges solved. Here is the other case that you can possibly have when trying to match up these edges with their sides. You'll notice that there are no adjacent edges that are correct. And this is because the opposite two are solved. And what you do here is you just do the algorithm once. So right, up, right inverted, up, 2, right inverted. And then you'll have these two solved. So you just put those as right and back. And then you go right, up, right inverted, up, right, U2, right inverted. And once you do that, you will have all of the edges solved. Okay, so now that we have the cross finished and the edges on the sides of the cross correct, we have to look for one corner piece that is in the correct place. It doesn't have to be rotated correctly. As you can see, none of these are rotated correctly because there's no yellow corner, the yellow on the top of any corners. But you'll see that this red, green, yellow one is in the correct place because red, green, and yellow are around it. It's just rotated incorrectly. So you're going to put that in the front, right, and up faces, and you're going to do this algorithm: up, right, up inverted, left inverted, up, right inverted, up inverted, left. Okay, so now we have this last step, and it's basically to rotate these corners. And the way you do this is you put the corner you're first solving, and you're usually going to go, or I always go counterclockwise around the cube. So basically, you put the corner you're going to solve first in the front, right, and up faces, and you're going to do this algorithm 6 times, and but you're going to rotate the top layer every time you solve one of them. So I'll show you what that looks like. The algorithm you're repeating goes like this: right inverted, down inverted, right, down, and you repeat that until this is yellow and these are blue and red, so the corner would be solved. So right inverted, right, down. You'll see it rotated it once. Right inverted, right, down. And one more should do it. Right inverted, right, down. So now that we have this, you rotate the top layer until you get to your next one, and then you repeat. Right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down. And then you just rotate the top layer until you have a solved Rubik's Cube. Okay, this is another case for the rotation of these, which is instead of, in the last case we only had to repeat the algorithm 6 times, in this one we'll have to repeat it 12. Or you could learn the inverse, but yeah, I think it's easier just to remember one algorithm if you're just a beginner at solving the cube and you really don't need to perfect your times. You might as well just learn one algorithm. So the way you repeat right inverted, right, down with the correct corner there, so we start making sure that the corner we're going to solve first is here. And the other way we can have you can have 3 that are oriented incorrectly that you only have to repeat the algorithm 6 times. But in this case we will have to repeat it 12 times, so you go right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down. So we have that solved. Now we repeat right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down. You'll notice the bottom 2 layers are solved again, but we still have this case. So we have to continue right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down. And the Rubik's Cube is solved.
So, whether you're going to keep it solved and treat it like a trophy forever, or just mix it up again, I'm glad I could help you solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube.